Yo, na marhaba 99.3 Zongwen FM. Yo, we have a very important personality in our midst to discuss what we do on every Saturday on Darkin, Fiira. As you know, Darkin, Fiira, she a talk show one day explore your career journeys of extraordinary personalities that are checking al-umarmu with the hope of inspiring one decade suraremu to believe in your dreams and strive to achieve more. Wani Asaba, the Kalfe Biu Narana, who will bring you face to face the remarkable personalities. We will delve deep into their experiences, their challenges, and their successes, all in the spirit of sharing knowledge and inspiring the next generation. Nine host Mustapha Ibrahim, and I'm happy to introduce today's guest. Guest Muyo is someone I personally admire a lot for his work and commitment in improving the lives of the youth in our community. He's a communication skills coach, a voice-over artist, a global keynote speaker, a Mandela Washington Fellow, a humanitarian, and an influencer. He holds many portfolios. He is the founder and CEO of Public Speaking Factory, the CEO of Me for Africa, the founder of MI Radio and Tumu Bites, and a marketing consultant with Green Gold Ghana. He is no other than Mr. Ibrahim Mustapha. Marhaba Anan Darkin Fiira.
All right.
Mr. Mustapha.
Thank you very much. My body,
Very good, yeah. So you hold many portfolios.
Yes.
Talk to me about how do you manage yourself with all these titles to your name?
Right. So I appreciate that. But the first thing I always look at is what am I doing now? So some of the portfolios we've mentioned I've won the Sunguchi past. Some of them like Mandela Washington Fellow, like some of the things that I've done. And but I always look at myself as what am I going to do next? Apart from Abubonda, I catch children, maybe influencer. I'm not an influencer. Right, you may see that way, but I don't see myself that way.
Yeah.
Then the Tumu bikes, it's just something that I felt like people were getting cheated in terms of, like I say, bicycle, the buyer on car, like I say, bicycle, how I say, I achieve like 2,000, 5,000 cities. Then I'm the one who likes bicycles. So I feel like, no, I need to see what is it. And I said, okay, let me put myself into it. Then I got supplies from China, and I know I can ship.
Wow.
So I started my own bicycle shipping brand. And one thing also is that you may not have mentioned that it's not even in my portfolio. It also sells shea butter. And shea butter now, from Tamale, you see that almost every house, like community, Kagena shea butter. They are doing shea processing it. But I traveled to Russia side some time ago, 2017. Then I saw that there was a man who was selling shea butter. This man wanted to sell shea butter for me. And this is a man from China. So I asked him, where do you get your shea butter from? He said, oh, my shea butter is the best from the northern part of Ghana, Tamale. And there's a woman group that he mentioned, and I've been working with this woman group.
Wow.
So I felt foolish. I felt like, no, if this man can sell shea butter from China, and me saying that, and it happens, some of us we have access to some of these things. But because we think that we have a degree, never in share butter, never in took a Uber, never yet because you think you are. So I said, no, the next day I did a flyer. I just used a Canva, design a flyer. I asked, there's a lady who I mentor, her name is Esther. I said, Esther, how much is share butter 1 kilo? She said, oh, 1 kilo at that time was like 8 cedis, 9, 10 cedis. If you want to buy more, you can get 8 cedis. So I said, if I want, how much can you, quantity can you produce? If I want, so we can do this in 1 ton, 2 tons a week, right? So, just like, so I said, okay. Then I asked 3 or 4 people. Then I did the flyer. So the flyer, I knew I could get like shea butter 1 kg, 10 cedis, right? So I put 20 cedis per kg, and I just started posting on my WhatsApp and stuff. The next day, someone ordered from Accra, spin text. Oh, I wanted 10,
and that's how
10 kilograms. So I picked from the woman and delivered. And it just started like that.
Wow. Until
people started seeing the Instagram posts about that. People started ordering from US, from Kenya and stuff. That was how. So most of the things are just like things when I'm bored, I feel like I can do something.
Just before you move to your next topic, and
right.
I don't want this to touch you. So I mean, you said it very nicely. You know, you started, and you know, people now started getting it from you. And
yes.
Is it that easy? Is it, you know, just going to look for a shea butter seller, get a shea butter, design a flyer, post it on your status, and people start buying? Is it that easy? See, to me, I would say it's more easier than that. Wow. Okay.
But you see, the society that we are in, people think that if I start by saying that, oh, you don't need a capital to start business, I'm telling people will call and tell you that, and even sometimes insult you, right? But we are conditioned to believe that starting a business is difficult.
Yeah. Isn't it the case?
It's that cheap. Just like I explained, how difficult will it be that you enter I can enter Nima market now, right? See someone selling maize or millet or even spices, pepper or stuff, and I tell the woman, ask the woman, how much are you selling? And she say, oh, Kuruwa, 10 cedis. And I tell the woman that, oh, if I want to buy and resell, is it possible? She will say yes. And I say, oh, would she say no or yes? She wants market. She has given you her price. Tomorrow I'll go, oh, Ibrahim, I sell the pepper, nice pepper, chili pepper. One bowl is 20 cedis or 15 cedis. If you want, I can supply you up to even 30 or 100 bowls. Then Ibrahim will say, oh, let's do it. I'll lead you, take from the woman, come and give you, take my profit. Until I feel like, oh, I want to go a little further, then I go to Registrar General to register the business. And you can use 300, 400 cedis to register a business.
Oh, okay.
Sole proprietor. So many people don't know, and they feel like, oh, you need some capital. And one thing that I've seen, I've mentored over 100 people to start businesses. One thing that cuts across is that people want to feel luxurious. So before they even start the business, until I see car,
they are dreaming about it already.
Yes, a brand chair, nice chair, expensive chair. Once you go office now, again chair now. Then they go in like a lot of things that are not necessary, that you can use to do part of the business. So you see that at the end, someone has a store, but there are no products. The person is now looking for money to look for what? To buy the product. When literally you could use the money used for office space to do branding. You want people to see that you have an office or you are working, to buy the products. So that is the mindset that we need to change. Go the guy in business. Our mothers in the market, right? How much capital do they have?
That's true.
But they fed us with the little they are selling in the market. So if you don't want to start small, you can never start. Many people want to start big. It's good. But me, from where I'm coming from, my family is not rich. Growing up, no one has ever called me Mustapha Ibrahim 100,000 cedis. No one will ever even, right? Apart from the consulting I do, and now that people are seeing the value of what I bring, that people can say, oh, take 10,000, take 20,000 to do what. But if you don't put yourself in that, no one will ever. So if you want to start a business and you keep on saying, oh, being here, you're doing it because government has to come in my family, no one will ever come.
Yeah.
And you don't start.
Yeah.
But me, I just go start, see how I can start small.
Yeah.
And I can tell you for a fact that there are a lot of businesses I can mention that started in that same smallness. And that you who is listening at home, you want to starting from now. Some of them will take time. But you start. You can start business with Facebook page. Yeah. Create a page for it.
Now is that easy?
Is that easy? Create a page for it. Start looking for customers. If I get the customers, I supply.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, you sit down, it's difficult. So the question that you ask, is that difficult? It depends on you.
Okay.
If you see it to be difficult, it's difficult. But to me, it's that cheap. And it runs from different industries.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Mustapha. So, I mean, I've been following you quite a bit, and then, I mean, I see a lot of your videos. You always come up with this very sort of catchy and very inspiring captions like "Don't give up," "Believe in yourself," "Make you the subject." And I think the recent one I watched was "Beware of how society views your dreams."
Yeah.
How do you come up with? I mean, what's the inspiration? What's the motivation behind you coming up with is it personal experience? Is it something you've noticed? Yeah. I mean, tell us about how you come up with all these things.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, it's a mix of personal experience and doing this public speaking training, coaching for the past 15 years. So, going to schools, going to university, sometimes in the middle of the night you are sleeping, someone calls you. And this is what I'm going through in life. Just because they've seen your video on TikTok, or they just pick your number and say, this is what I'm going through. And I feel like a lot of people are going through a lot in life, right? So, and what do we need? We need to inspire each other. We need to let them know that what you are going through, right, it's not the end of it. You can do more. And that is where I get my inspiration from, getting these videos. I was there sometime and someone called me, a lady. She had a boyfriend and hoping that she's going to get married to this boyfriend. So they were there managing. This guy got American visa lottery, won, and left to US. She used the money she was using to do business, right? And added to this guy to go. So now it's 2-3 years down the lane. The family of this business, this man, are saying that this lady is not the type. And so, but they've been there for like, even though up and down.
Yeah.
Now she's calling this guy again. Communication has ceased. So one night I was just there, and I got a call. I woke up and I picked that she wants to commit suicide. So I thought it was like those type of usual things and stuff.
Yeah.
So I hung down on the phone. She explained what she's going through, and I also gave her reasons why she's more better than that, and all those stuff. But then I knew her, so I also made contacts to her family to be on the know. This is what is happening. She's contemplating, but I've also done my part. But it's true. So, but I forgot about that. 3 days, she went into her room, bought a lot of drugs. She wanted to commit suicide, and they knocked and entered the room and saved her. So you see, sometimes you don't know how you change somebody's life just by saying, "Oh, Ibrahim, I've been the Canary in Ghana. One day there'll be progress." That may change someone's life. It's not money. So me, I've grown to know that it's not money. Like I told you how businesses have started, and some of the consultancy that we've done. When you check multi-TV, there's a TV station called NTV, Nothing Television. I'm telling you, when we started Delvin Television, right? There's a guy called Sita Hassan. He brought the idea. Right? And I said, "Oh, Mustapha, we can do TV station." I said, TV, Tamale at that time. I said, TV. I said, because I'm someone who always give hope. I said, oh, we can do it. For 2 years, we were writing proposals and stuff. Nobody was minding us. But within that 2 years, someone said, "Oh, they had TV equipment. Do we still need that?" We said, yes. The problem was that we were bringing the equipment from Accra to Tamale. We didn't even have penny to pay for the flight. But we say, oh, so they should come. We'll take them. Oh, they should come. They should bring the equipment. They flew from Accra to Tamale. Where to sleep was a problem. There's a guest house called Bao Guest House in Tamale. We went and said, oh, these people will sleep there and stuff. It just happened like that until the TV station established. And once they did the 10th transmission, we now went out, we were looking at people, telling them, oh, now we have TV station in Tamale, come and invest, come in. That was how we were able to raise money to pay them half to go back to Accra. I get it. Yeah. So if you tell me that you need capital to start, see TV station, and the TV station has been there for 8 years now. It's been on multi-TV, even though now it has been sold to another investor. Yeah. But that was how it got started. In the bedroom of that guy, he had 2 rooms. We had to, the guest room, pick the beds out, then painted it, then put the screens that particular night, and they started participation from that room. So when I say that Kaikaji, it's not based on no, it's been done. And I've seen people who started with nothing like myself, and we've gotten to places that people will not even say that you can go there without a degree or with a degree. You can't even get to some of the places, but here we are.
The story, your story reminds me of the saying, look and you will find.
Look.
You know, I mean, when we were growing up, that it was one of the signage on what a person I know's car, look and you will find. And it just resonates with that perfectly. In fact, there are lots of people who are still stuck at where they are. They don't know where to look. They think they cannot do anything. They think they are good for nothing, quote unquote, you know. But your story, as you shared, means that whoever you are, wherever you are, when you look for what you want, you definitely find it one day. Thank you very much, Mustapha. And I also see, I mean, you mentioned public speaking in your talking, and listeners, thank you very much for staying with us. We have in our midst Mr. Ibrahim Mustapha, and if you want to join the conversation, you can send us a WhatsApp on 0501 394 491. 0501 394 491. Send us a WhatsApp and join the conversation. You are still listening to Darkin, Fiira, and we'll be happy to read your text messages. You were talking about public speaking, and I see it's a lot of, I mean, it builds a lot of people's confidence. Myself, I remember, you know, those of us who are always in the house and always in the room, one of the things we always struggle with is public speaking and even showing up publicly.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that come to you as a public speaking consultant? What are the challenges people bring to you? Typical examples of what are the things somebody will walk to you, Mustapha, and ask, how can you help me with this?
Yeah, so public speaking is a big challenge for a lot of people, and it has dimmed a lot of lights.
Yeah.
A lot of people who you know are talented, they're the best in whatever they do, CEOs, but they cannot speak.
Yeah.
And some of them, since you are here on radio, you get to experience some of them. You invite people who you think that they can be a voice. They will say, no, we can't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, nada, when you are wedding, no, career is a fear of public speaking. So, in my quest of work, I've seen people who just walk in, doctors, I've had lawyers, I've had students, I've even coached ministers of state and a member of parliament to speak in public. And it differs from sector to sector.
Okay.
For someone, he says that I'm a member of parliament. And let me let you know, if you've never heard from your member of parliament, you've never seen your member of parliament speaking in parliament, because the person is afraid. I'm telling you, that's a fact. Don't let them confuse you by saying that, oh, you know, there are different committees. It's a lie. Are you getting me? So, when you are not able to speak, those who are speaking every day will get opportunities more than you.
Yeah.
And that's why that it's very important. You see that you are in the same parliament, you are picking positions you don't even get. Meanwhile, you are qualified than most of the people.
So this all can all be because of
yes, because you want people to defend your party.
Yeah.
If you want for example, let's assume that you have a party, right? Political party, and in parliament there's a debate. Who will you let to lead the debate?
Of course, the person
who can speak.
Yeah.
And that is how society sees. So you see that there are people who are doing good in their societies, but public speaking. So one, fear of speaking in public. Number two, fear of making mistakes. Number three, fear of people laughing at you. And the ultimate one is your mindset, telling you that you cannot do it. So people, when they stand, they see the crowd, they go off.
Stage fright.
Stage fright. So that one is a simple thing, right? The way you even prepare makes a difference. So for example, if you go on stage,
we'll come back to the techniques of overcoming those ones.
Yes,
I want us to go to the root of why are people afraid to speak in public?
Yes.
Especially growing up from communities where we grew up from, where why do you have to talk? Do you think some of our upbringing sort of keeps us in coming out to speak publicly?
Yes, it's our upbringing. Mostly associated to our upbringing. So let me give you an example, 2 or 3 examples. When you go to the mosque, right? You may be educated, you may be learned, but you can't ask a question. The Malam is doing a sermon. The Imam is doing a sermon. You know that I've been there again and be table, right?
But who are you to ask?
You can't even ask, right? They give you paper to read in the mosque, right? And you can't, because the culture there limits people from interacting in the mosque. So it's just one person who gives the sermon and throughout. So you even have a correction, but you can't. And that cuts across. Few people can, but majority of the people sitting back, they can't do it. Because once you stand up, it's like you are doing something that is evil. When you are having kids, primary school, nursery school, the teachers are even crying because the students are making noise, they are doing giddy, they are speaking, they are, sir, madam, sir. But once they get to GSS, they start to coil back. Primary 5 and 6, your students will start to coil back. Then you see that the person who was making noise, hey, by junior Chegaba, but juniors now coil back.
Do you think parenting can be a big challenge?
It's a big challenge sometimes. When you go to the event, Anna Mokochi, or big event, right? Living in the mosque, and you have a little boy, and the little boy starts to sing Shatawale. You say, Chale Bachinka. So you give the person fear. And the person grows up to think that, oh, society doesn't want me to speak. So they keep coiling back and stuff. So that's one of the reasons. So if you go to like the schools and stuff, you see that students are they make noise and stuff. But once the growth starts to come, society will let you know that you are limited based on what you ask for, based on how you see yourself, based on how they talk to you. If you are fortunate or unfortunate to be a lady, in some communities they'll tell you that when men are talking, ladies don't talk.
You don't even pass there.
You don't even pass there. Our fathers, those times, right? When they are having an elderly conversation, who dare you to put your mouth inside? So you can't speak. So I feel like these are all barriers that limits us. So growing up and you also getting a corporate job, you need to unlearn all these things to be able to master, stand in front of people and say, okay, Mustapha Ibrahim, Mustapha even though you may be shivering, but you still have to do it.
Thank you so much. I mean, I just want us to just carry on from there and just talk to our communities on why it is important to allow our children, our kids, our youth to speak up, so that they can build that confidence wherever they find themselves. They can speak for the communities we find ourselves, because a lot of the communities that are behind us because you don't have people who speak for the community, and it's also mostly because they don't get the opportunity to do that when they are growing up. So I want us to speak to our parents, our listeners, our communities on how the opportunities in public speaking and how they can sort of build our communities in helping them come up with that, overcome that stage fright they have.
Right. So the first thing that we would do is that, the first thing I would say is, if we don't do it, they'll find a way of doing it. Right? So you see that you put in, maybe bring any presidential candidate or any imam or staff to do a conversation with the youth, right? Those who will stand up will likely go violent. Speak in a manner that will not speak well of them, and you see the other people will say, oh, you are brave, oh, you are bold. You are getting me? So once they get up, instead of putting in a dialogue, they go astray, and that happens. So, and that is the repercussions. So we need to let them start the process of getting engagement when they go to school, when they are able to stand in front of people, when they are with their colleagues. If it's a presentation, let them do. Put them through activities. It's holidays, right? Put them through activities that will let them have fun. In terms of in terms of reading clinics, in terms of public speaking clinics, in terms of robotics. If you limit them and also only say, oh, at the extra classes, you come up still being more timid than that. So the first thing is to identify your kids, let them know that the world is now global, and let them know that it's not only watching TV that will help your kids. It's actually killing the dreams of your kids, because you're exposing them to things you can't control. So control them, let them be active, let them go through debate clubs, let them go through activities. There's maybe activity somewhere, you to send your kids, let them even talk. There's a program like this, there's a calling. Phone, if you can do this to help society, you are opening them up. That's the first step that we need to appreciate. If we don't speak, people will speak for us. For example, the conversation about Zongo development, both NDC and PP, and actually, oh, Zongo will do this for Zongo, but the Zongos don't have a voice. Because all we do is we do background voice in the voice that people don't hear. The person comes to speak. No one is even able to even stand and say, oh, Muna, so honorable. But we won't say that. When the honorable is gone, you see some gangaria. You show, oh, honorable Nankaria. Meanwhile, you had the opportunity to speak to that person. So if we don't have that conversation, you will see that. And I also always have a problem when politicians come to our Zongo communities, and all you see young people is they analyze how motto. You see someone ride the motor, race it, you go and that's what they do, right? So if you are doing that, the politician will say that, these people, they don't even listen to what I'm saying. So for them, go and give them a show. So they'll bring artists. So when you see the Zongo campaigns, and have cow artists, as like cool, then they'll go. Because they know that you don't have anything to offer. But if we have critical young people, see how 6 years, yes, it has to show, oh, honorable, school munga, this is a problem. Then honorable said, oh, this young boy or young girl is doing much. Much of my success has to do with, there was a school I went to. I used to do like corporate events more. But one NGO, Markas and Bishara, CCFC inspired the organization. They said they wanted me to do leadership for primary school kids. And I was saying that, I think I said, like, it's not in my line. I didn't want to because I was busy. When they mentioned the money, I said, oh, I can do it. So I went to one school, Canville RC, Tamale. I did a program, did leadership. I just went there, we were playing. I brought soldiers, I brought nurses, I brought doctors, my friends. I just invited them to come and share. So we shared, we had fun, we were just playing. 3 months after, I was in Tamale walking, wanted to do some mobile money transaction. Little girl, I'm telling you, 6, 7 years, I can't remember the age. Say, Mr. Ibrahim. So, and she, you don't know me, eh? I said, thank you for coming to our school to do the leadership training for us. I didn't know the time I started, tears started flowing because 6 years. Telling me, oh, Mr. Ibrahim, thank you for that. And I said, from that day, I said, I will never stop doing what I do. So let's get our people exposed. Let's give them opportunities. Let's let them know that, see, you were born in Zongo, right? You can do something. There's one person I'm telling you, as we are speaking, in Kanazi, there's one person that in Zongo who can stand up and save even Ghana.
Yeah.
We don't know that because we don't give them opportunities. All we preach is ante tu, ate no, like, I get me.
Yeah.
But if we are able to be connected, if we are united, if we want to follow the principles of Islam, and show, oh, your neighbor is your neighbor. Let's keep watch of each other. We'll give each other opportunity, right? If there's a program, opportunity that we'll give young people, they'll make sure that they benefit. I'm telling you, no one can tackle us. But if we don't do that, you see that social vices, people that we don't educate, right? The child wants to touch a laptop, then you look at. When they grow up, without doing the right things, they will engage in sakawa.
Yeah.
Because you are preventing them from doing the good things. You are not teaching them the right things. You're not even telling them that, oh, the phone you have, you can do one video and that will give you $1 million. I'm telling you, if we should educate people like that, do you think Ghana will go to IMF for 300,000, 300 million? If one person can get do videos very well, for people to consume our content, the food we have in our Zongo communities, people should be talking about that.
Exactly.
The lifestyle we have in our Zongo communities, people should stand and be talking about that. Islam is what is like we use as background in Zongo communities. They should learn the business principles of Islam and stand and tell the people that yes, Muslimini, it's like a business. Isaka, Prophet Muhammad was one of the best traders in his time. How many Muslims do you go? How many imams tell you that he was a businessman? Tell me, have you ever heard about telling that, oh, Nkati, go and do trading. If you finish school, you have a degree, don't look at traveling. If it comes, go. I'll never say someone should not go because that would be hypocrisy. If it comes, go. Banka card is school, right? First thing you should even look at before even looking for employment is look for a job that you can create, self-employment, because the Prophet gave us that mantle. He has shown the way. He was a good trader, he was a shepherd, and he was the best at his time. So let's look at those principles and we use that to do trade, to do business. And I'm telling you, everything will change.
Inshallah, inshallah. Thank you very much, listeners. I mean, we are very inspired. We need to go to for our first break. You are still listening to the chat room, speaking with Mr. Ibrahim Mustapha, and there's so much wisdom in what we are saying. Don't change your dial. We'll be right back. Assalamu alaikum, and thank you very much for still sticking with us. You are still listening to the chat room with me, Mustapha Ibrahim, and my guest today, Mr. Ibrahim Mustapha. As we were chatting, you can still join the conversation via WhatsApp on 050-139-4491. 050-139-4491. Please send in your comments, your additions, anything you want to share with us, and we'll be happy to read it for you. So, Mr. Ibrahim, I mean, just before we went on the break, we were talking about how public speaking can really change the face of our community. You know, is public speaking really a career one can pursue? If you become a public speaker, can you make money out of it? I mean, literally.
Yes, you can. You can, like I do, have a public speaking coach and stuff. But then, when you look at it as a career on its own, then you see that a lot of people will not like to do it. Because I feel like, okay, for me, I'm not using public speaking as a career. But it blends in our daily activities. It blends in if you are at work, and some of the corporate civil servants have coached to speak. When they come in, they give you, oh, public speaking, I want to learn it, I don't have a reason and stuff. Ask them questions like, are there people in your organization that are getting promotions that you are more qualified than? And they say yes. So ask, have you ever gone to do presentations? They say no. And that conversation has to do with, you see people like that. They work for the department for 20 good years, right? When there's a workshop abroad, program abroad that someone should speak, defend a company, they'll go even pick a national service personnel. And you see everybody background, they'll be making noise. Because you're not showing yourself in terms of your progress. So public speaking infuses in our daily activities, whether you are a imam, whether you're a man, whether you're a pastor, whether you're a doctor, whether you're a lawyer, whether you're a nurse. You want to give an injection in the hospital, right? And you just go to, master, just shift, let me give the injection, right? It doesn't make sense. No. But when you come with the injection, you're smiling. You say, it's okay, it's fine. Then you're able to administer it. But you are using public speaking wisely.
The person is already psyched up even before the...
Psyched up. If we incorporate public speaking in our governance system, I'm telling you, it's going to help us a lot. Why? Because there are times that, yes, things don't go right, but you're able to stand in front of the people and tell them that this is what is happening. Yeah. I know you are feeling it. I know you are going through this, but I know things will be okay. So you take your time, reach out to me, then the conversation. So you see, you're using public speaking to let the people's mind that things will be okay. Whether you're a parent, you're speaking to your kids. If you are not using public speaking or communication in general, you're going to miss the point. You are a spouse in the house, you and your wife, right? If you don't know how to speak well to your wife, you're going to cause problems. If you don't know how to speak well to your husband, you have problems. So most of the problems that we face in our marriages, in our personal lives, career, is due to the lack of communication. Because if you're not able to understand what it is to communicate, I'm telling you, you are going to run the whole system down. A doctor goes into a ward, and someone, you know it's God that takes life. But you know, based on medical prescription and stuff, this person has like 2 days to live. Will you just go and say, in the next 2 days you die? It doesn't make sense. You have to put it in a way to let the person, your other relatives know, but you need to encourage the person to keep going. So that maybe if the time comes and the person passes on, that's okay. But if you put it directly, the person may even die before the 2 days. And that is the essence of public speaking. We all need to speak. We all need to voice out. That's why we have a mouth to speak. So it's an ordained thing from God that you need to communicate. And if you can communicate well, I'm telling you, you can get opportunities from school. Most of the graduates who go to interviews, right? Lack of communication is what is causing them to happen.
And not to cut you, you know, sometimes you have a very brilliant idea, but how to express it. Sometimes, I mean, you've read the whole script, you get on the stage and it looks like everything is gone. You know, sometimes you are not just able to show up. Talk to us, how do we overcome some of these public speaking challenges? Because, I mean, you grow up, you are not allowed to speak in your settings, you are not allowed to show up. I mean, visitors come and they ask you to go into the room and go and hide somewhere. So it sort of builds up your persona. You're unable to express yourself, and now you become the operations manager or the salesperson or the doctor, and you would have to speak. You know, so how do we overcome some of these challenges in communication and public speaking?
Good question, but there's no direct answer to it. It's based on where you are coming from. So first thing I would do when I get someone or I'm going to do a training is I want to find out, why are you afraid to speak in public? For some of them it's cultural, for some of them is their upbringing, for some of them is the experiences they've gone through in society. For somebody, a person once stood up to speak and made mistakes and everybody was laughing at that person. And from that day the person said, I will never speak again. So once I find out that, then the question there is, but the common thing that comes across is someone goes on stage and forgets. Someone sees the crowd and forgets. You have what you want to say, but you stand there, hello, good morning, and everything
is gone.
So with that one, it's the way you prepare.
Oh, so that is not maybe shaitani.
No, shaitan is you own shaitan. So I've been there, and what is happening is that you don't know how to prepare. So for some people, they are very good, but they don't even do know how to start. Some people, I'll put it on my phone, I'll read it out. I have an outline that if I go, I'm going to say, point 1, point 2, point 3. If I forget point 4, I go to my phone. I'm just talk about point 4. Then so you see that some people are doing presentation, they're holding their phone, or there's a chit, small jotter or notes. The imams and pastors do that a lot. So they'll speak, they'll go to the pulpit, they'll say, I'm supposed to say this story. Then they'll continue. How can you forget your lines with that?
But is it not, doesn't it look like, sometimes when you are presenting and you make reference to say your phone or your laptop or a paper, doesn't it make it look like you don't know what you are talking about?
Exactly.
Sometimes you feel very bad in doing that.
It's true, because that is what the society is telling us.
Okay.
So some people will go there, and just because you are speaking without a paper, they say, we are saying the person is knowledgeable. But no, is it that you want to speak about knowledge or you want to educate the people?
Okay.
It's about education. So whatever you have prepared, you have to go and administer. It's not better than me to hold my phone. If I make mistakes, I'll cross reference than to stand there and say, and people they'll laugh at you because they don't know what you are doing. So public speaking has moved beyond trying to impress people or show that you are knowledgeable. And that is where planning comes in. So if you are the type who goes on stage and you forget, learn to prepare. We have 4 types of presentation methods. Okay. Number 1 is you can memorize. Maybe you're doing Quran, you are doing whatever you can memorize. If you are good in that, like Darkin, it's okay. That is your level. Some people do impromptu speaking. So impromptu simply means that you can ask me a question, I can just bump in and I start to speak. That's the second one. The third one is we all do that, right? That is extemporaneous speaking.
Okay.
So you go there and you're using PowerPoint. You are following an outline. You have a small chit. You have a jotter. You look at that and you blend that with your presentation. Then the last one is a manuscript delivery. That is what the president will say, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, and stuff. So you're reading directly from that. So you need to know from this 4, what is your best level? If you are the type who will go and read, so be it. You go and read, and that is used for the higher purposes. Presidents, DCs, ministers, so that they can gazette that. So that the presentation media can take it and go and gazette and stuff. So if you also think that that is the way to go, you can do that. Maybe they've invited you for a children's speech and prize giving day. They say, Ibrahim, your kids are here, they are good, they've won awards, so we want you to come and speech. Right? Don't go and mess up. If you are good in reading, write it short, present. They say thank you. But if you are not good, you want to memorize, then you go there, you want to disgrace your case. Next Monday, you don't see them in school. That's it. And that is the importance of public speaking. When you know someone making mistakes, it affects you because you know the person. Imagine me and you going to a conference center and they say I should go and do a delivery, and I go up and I mess him up. And it's me and you who came home. The disgrace will enter you. Whether it's your imam, whether it's your pastor, whether it's your malam, whether it's your MP. When you see the person on TV and they are making mistakes, they are not measuring up, they are not confident enough, it's going to affect you. And sometimes you ask, you are the one. And that is how God sees us when you are not able to stand and speak. He created you to come to the world and make a difference. So if you see your colleagues and you cannot speak, based on, maybe Ibrahim has certificates than me, Ibrahim is a minister, then that fear. I want you to know that you can do it, you can speak. But there are instances that you are going to doubt you. My first international speaking engagement was in China. I didn't do much of the preparations. I didn't do audience analysis to know who is coming there. That time was local champion in Ghana. So I thought I could beat the international level. So then I came, the conference, then came back to know. I saw Range Rovers, I saw Porsche, I saw mention the type of car that Ferraris and stuff. So I said, it was a tower. And so, these people, they must be rich. But I didn't know that some of them were coming to my place to listen to me. So when I entered, the first person who greeted me said, she was from Kenya. She said, I'm a PhD student at the Perkins University. The next person was a lawyer. I'm this. And I saw this person I was speaking with, right? The person was among the top 10 richest people in China.
Wow.
So I sat back and said, hey, Nana Zunga. Then I started doubting myself because of their ranking, because I thought like. So, fortunately, the guy started, the China man started. Rattle, and I was still not myself. But I remembered something that my auntie told me before I left there. She said, Nkati, Bakasenko Wudimba, and the Kirin Kasi. The second thing was that whatever you do, remember the ancestor that you have. There's a young girl in Dunkuruku, there's a young girl or boy in Tamale who will never have the opportunity that you have. So once you are speaking for everybody. So once I just remembered that, I said, no, I'm ready. If they had invited me from Ghana to China, it simply means that I have something to offer. So I just went to the washroom, prepped myself, came back, and I delivered. Spoke my sister English. At the end of the day, the people I was doubting, they came and they were taking my pictures.
Wow.
They said, oh, we've never had anything like this. We've been in China doing this and stuff. It inspired us. People who are richer than me, people who are doing PhD, say, I inspired them. I said, hey, I'll go back to Ghana or that. So that tells you that what you have is more important than what you think people will see you about and do whatever. So go in, do your business, do your speaking, and don't try to impress people. I want to hit that point before even your next question. Majority of what we do is to impress people. So in a funny style, people want to show. Oh, Nati Maka, Narankuru Maka, right? People want to show that, oh, you've gone to places, you shouldn't even drive Uber. But you are suffering. You are suffering. You don't want to drive Uber, but because you don't want people to see that you are driving Uber. Most of us don't take trotro. Why? Because we think that when they see you taking trotro, it's from US, right? Coming from US. It was a 2-week journey. I took Uber from my house to the airport. It was 45 cities. I got back from US. And airport taxi, I saying that 200 cities. 200 cities. I said, 2 weeks. I said, because I travel. I said, oh, Kujirana as well. I'm a light traveler. I picked my bag, went out, got a trotro, went to La Paz. So don't try to impress people just to show that you have arrived. I don't need to impress anybody. And that has been my success. Because I don't care about how you think about me. Branding is important, right? But I look at what I can offer. What have I done in the past? And what am I doing in the next chapter? And that is what I'm looking at. So if you are in your Zongo community, you've gone to get your small degree, and you feel like you are above everybody, I'm telling you, everybody will come and be above you. Because hunger will strike you. So do the little things. Go out. Look for business. Go out. If it is like maybe you want to do cleaning company, security company, start it. If you want to do whatever company, start it now and don't impress. Unlike if you do that, God himself will bless you. God will keep increasing your steps. You meet people who will take you to places. Because humility is what we lack now. Because we feel like, oh, Nini, you're not humble enough. So the people who are supposed to help you don't see you to help you because they feel like you have arrived. They feel like, oh, but the guy is suffering. The guy needs help, but he's picked himself to that level. So pick yourself to that level, but always come down. Be a compromise to yourself. What you are supposed to do, do it. The people you are supposed to help, help them. And keep helping. And don't see yourself as above anybody. If you do that, I'm telling you, we can help a lot of people come out of drug addiction. We can help a lot of people get jobs. We can help a lot of people do the right things that they are supposed to do. We have our Zongo brothers abroad. I'm telling you, they want to come back. They don't have the means to come back again. Every day, just because I do videos, people are from UAE, Dubai. They want to come back. they don't know how to come back. We have our brothers who are in Saudi. We have our brothers who are in Libya. They want to come back home because now they've seen the light that there's more opportunity in at home than what we are educating them to see. We don't let them see that, oh, there are opportunities in Dubai. Go and do driving. Go and do. Same Ghana, you can do driving. It's an interview that last week, a guy who is just doing this motorking, motorking. He says he makes 1,200 cities
a month, every week, or a day?
Every day.
Wow.
Every single 1,200 cities.
The motorking.
How is he doing it? He said he goes to construction sites. They don't have water. He takes these 4 gallons, put them there, go to a nearby river, fetch water, go and sell to them. Per trip, it takes 120. And if he takes he can do 12 trips a day. So he says that if I do the averagely, I calculate the fuel. He says he buys fuel 50 cedis because he wants to buy.
Yeah.
And he's able to do that. So tell me, which nurse, which doctor, right? Do they pay 1,200 cedis a day? But you insult that guy. There are people, I'm telling you the reality.
Yeah.
Nurses, doctors, teachers, trust mates are making money more than most all of us. Yes. I get it, but we are obsessed with new position now. I don't want to do this and stuff.
Yeah.
And our brothers, we have the opportunity to make a difference. The rider who sells my deliveries, I'm telling you, a day the person can make 500 cities, 200 cities a day. So if you have a motorbike, you want to go and do quashing someone's phone. That the phone itself, you remove the phone, is 200. The phone is I get me. But in the same way, you can do deliveries and stuff. Since you can take someone's products, steal someone's phone and run with it, you can do deliveries. So it's a mindset that we need to give our people that came up father kadam. You can find a delivery now. If it's going, then you buy another motor. Then you buy another motor. Then you buy another motor. Then you have 10 motorbikes. I'm telling you, no one, who even say you should go to US and remind the person?
You go for vacations and come back.
You go for vacations and come back. And the embassy, what they are not telling us is that if you have money, they will not bounce you. If you have a track record of money, I'm telling you, you can go to Dubai, you can go to US and buy a house and get citizenship. There's a policy like that. You just go to US, buy a house, right? And you have your visa. Visa that you struggle, green card. No, you just investment by investment. So those are the things that we need to give our people. And to cap it up, Allah says that in Quran chapter 11 verse 18, that verily He will not change the condition of a person unless you change what is in your mind. So if you think that you are a Muslim and God will help you because you are a Muslim, it doesn't work like that. It's not just because, and I see this preaching, it annoys me. Just because I'm a Muslim, you feel you should be blessed.
Entitled.
No.
You are feeling entitled.
God says take steps, do action, move, talk to people, connect with people. Be humble, speak with modesty, and do the right things, and God can grow your seeds.
Thank you very much. I think it's been very, very, very inspirational. A couple of things I picked from your speech. And as I was a young boy growing up, one of my bosses, that's what he told me. He says, Isaka, don't assume arrival when you are still in the process. Always make sure your coat will fit you. Don't assume you are there because you are still in the process. So as you said, be modest about your means, be modest about yourself. If you need to pick trotro, if you want to pick a taxi, if you want to pick an Uber, don't force yourself to buy a car. You can still pick an Uber, you can still pick a taxi. And in terms of the public speaking, I think you've done justice to it. You need to be yourself, you need to have confidence in yourself. Don't go and impress anybody, and most importantly, always prepare before you go for your presentation. Listeners, we are still speaking with Mr. Ibrahim Mustapha on the chat room, and today's session has been very engaging. We'll come back your way again next week, Saturday, the same time. But before we go, as we said, you can always reach us on our WhatsApp line 0501394491. Once you send any text to it, hopefully when you come back, inshallah, next week, we'll read it and then we'll post to our next guest. Mr. Ibrahim, is there any last words you want to leave with our listeners?
Right. So the last words is that, like, there are two things I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
The first is my book coming.
Mm-hmm.
Next book that I'm writing is over 1,000 business ideas that I'm compiling for young people to buy in soft copy and stuff. The next thing is that if you are listening to this and you feel like it's making impact in you and you have resources, why don't you come and also invest in this show?
Yeah.
Why don't you also come and invest in this station?
Yeah.
Why don't you also come and say, oh, Nima na wachika, kuma ko kerebi, abina kungia na, hazi in the daddy. Then you also invest in a program like this, and that is how we can amplify the voice. That is how we can grow the Zongo community. That is how we can do ABCD. Let's not wait. When they say contribute, don't contribute. But after the contribution, you want to know what is happening with the money. So I want you to know that if you are home, you can do more. Come and partner with Maraba Radio, partner with the Chit Chat program, and also you see them grow and do more like the CNNs and do more like, because these are all people who come and they support programs like this. So I want to call on my Muslim brothers, my Zongo community. If you are listening to me, this is where your investment should be. Don't go to wedding and want to show off. Our communities, that's what we do. We go to weddings, want to show off, and also I got a kudi nini. No, but come to a show like this. Support the program. Support the people to do more, so that they will grow and give information. You go to the wedding and want to show money, you are just something that's like as useless as you are. But come, make real impact, give them money, give them resources. I'm telling you, because this is our own. This is what we need to promote. We can't leave our own and go and promote other people. So if you call yourself a Zongo person, you think you have money, and you are not supporting this program, you're not even bringing your program, then you've missed.
Inshallah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Listeners, so there you have it. Until we meet again next week, stay informed and let's keep chatting. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.